Hey there, OGN Legion. This is Susie Kim. I am sitting here with the ever so beautiful Sjokz. Sjokz, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
만나서 반갑습니다.
아, 네.
네. All right, Sjokz has learned so much Korean in that little short period of time.
5 minutes.
I'm really happy to be here with you so far. Well, first off, can you introduce yourself to those who are watching?
Okay, my name is Evi de Portere, or Sjokz is my nickname, which is infinitely easier. And I work mainly with the EU LCS, where I do post-match interviews, but now I get to be here and interview players from all over the world, so that's awesome.
So last year you were at Worlds as well, and I think a lot of the Korean fans got to see who you were, and then they were really interested. I mean, after you basically made it onto that scene, like you just kind of blew up after that, how has it been for you?
It's been amazing, and it is true that every big international tournament, and especially Worlds, kind of boosts, you know, your image around the world, and I think that's really cool. And I actually was talking about it with Kobe and the Fish Show before the game started, because we were up on stage, and I was like, well, you know, no one's gonna know us here. And then people were like, oh, Kobe, Fish Show, Sjokz. And I was like, how cool is that? So it's definitely awesome to be able to talk to fans all over the globe.
Okay, so in the Korean community, they call you like a goddess, okay? And so they always comment about how pretty you are, and wondering, do you like that? I mean, obviously, you want to be known for your talent and the things that you do, but do you like the fact that people also like you because you're pretty?
Well, the thing is, I think everyone likes a compliment, but I can assure you, without the makeup, it's not as glamorous. So I'm very thankful for all the people that make me look pretty. But it's always nice to get a compliment. But as you mentioned, it is, for me, the most important thing is that people recognize in me that I just also love League of Legends so much, and I love the game, and I think that's the most important thing. And I do think that I'm able to get that across. So that's definitely the most important thing, but if they say I'm pretty, that's awesome.
So earlier you had told me that you do post-game interviews and things like that. Can you break it down a little bit more and just tell us exactly what your role is?
All right. So basically, when we have the European LCS, we have normally 4 games on a normal day. So it's slightly different format, of course, to OGN, because we have the league, and the teams play each other every week in 1 game. So after each of those games, I get to interview the winner and just talk to them about their strategies and about then the general picture of the season, and that's my main role over there. And then sometimes I get to be on the analysis desk, like on Gamescom that was, which is also great because you get to be up there with people like Crepo, who are of course amazing talkers, and I feel like when I'm on the desk with them, I learn so much while speaking to them, so that's also really awesome.
All right, so I know you've been to Korea, and now here you are in Taipei. Well, first off, how do you like it here?
I absolutely love it here in Taipei. It is very warm, but it actually doesn't matter because it's so gorgeous. We got to go to the Taipei 101 Tower, which is extraordinary that we get time off somewhere, because usually it's all rush, rush, rush. But we did get time to settle in here, and it's been a great, amazing experience so far. I don't even mind the heat, and people are very nice, and the view of the city is just insane.
I'll have to agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely have been loving it here as well. So then after Taiwan, we're going to Singapore, and then we'll go to Korea. And like I said, you've been to Korea before. Are you looking forward to that part of the trip?
Oh, Susie, I'm looking forward to that so much. So I was actually only in Korea for about 4 days 2 years ago when we got invited, when I worked for SK Gaming, and we got invited out by OGN to come check out the games. And my mind was blown immediately when I set foot in Seoul, because one, the airport is really awesome, and then secondly, the city of Seoul is so fantastic. I love big, vibrant cities, and the fact that so many people are into esports and League of Legends, just like people. I remember we were at CLG, and Hotshot GG was walking there, and people would be like, Hotshot GG! And I was like, whoa! It's so awesome, because I really feel like it's such an important place for esports Korea in general.
So do you follow then Korean League of Legends? Do you watch OGN?
I like to watch OGN as much as I can, because luckily it's optimal times for us in EU. It's actually normally around like 10 a.m. or noon for the later matches, so I do enjoy following that. I listen to Do and Monte Cristo, of course.
Then of all the Korean players, who's your favorite and why?
I gotta say Imp. It's just, well, he's just such a fantastic person. And first up, I love the story of them coming in here, because obviously we have the whole story last year around maybe a little overconfident, and then things didn't go so well. And then now they turn up, and I feel like everyone has gotten a lot better, like the whole scene. But I don't know if it's evident to them, but Samsung White is really, really good. And we saw it actually in the first game here today versus EDG. And I also love that he's not afraid to like throw in a one-liner and do something for the crowd and say something. I love that. I love his personality.
Now, we all know that you do the interviews, you know the players, you can do analysis. Do you actually play the game?
I do play the game. Well, the whole reason that I got into this is because I was hooked, of course. And actually, the more and more I had to work, but it's not a task, it's so fun. Started working and started watching, less time I had to play. Whenever I have a free day, I do like to play. I play a lot of games with fans, and I'll play ranked, but usually after a couple of games, I'm like, this is so straining. I don't know how the pros do this.
I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had mentioned you liked Imp, and you said that Samsung White is doing really well. Do you think they'll actually take it all, or do you have another team in mind that you think is going to win it?
Well, of course, I would love the European teams to do very well. And I have to say that I do have high hopes for Alliance. I think maybe they can make it really far if the dice fall right, maybe even semi-final. But I would have to go with Samsung White. Yeah, I think, of course, we've only seen one game now, but they look incredibly strong to me. And I think they will only grow throughout the tournament and learn of the mistakes they did last year.
All right, then, one final statement or something you want to say to all of your Korean fans?
Well, I'm very much looking forward to going to Korea and 한국에서 만나요.
한국에서 만나요.
No! I'll do it again. 한국에서 만나요.
Nope,
Okay, awesome.